God is very happy that we are all here together. There was a very important righteous man, his name was Rav Dror Moshe Cassouto, and he was talking about a certain mitzvah that a lot of Jewish people, that calls Hasidei Breslev, the Breslev of Hasidim, are keeping every Rosh Hashanah. They're flying to the city Uman in Ukraine. And they're davening, praying over there, and celebrating Rosh Hashanah all together. And it's a thing of Hasidei Breslev to do that. Rabbi Kaduri, that he was not a Hasid Breslev, he was a Sephardic rabbi. He said that only the fact that something like 40,000 Jews are going and celebrating together and doing something together is already such a huge thing. Just the fact that Am Yisrael are uniting themselves and coming and doing something together, it's already wakes up the reason that the Creator created the world. The Creator, He created the world in a way that He blocked our eyes from seeing what that He wanted to do. It's like that the sun is sending her beams of light into the universe, and we cannot see those beams of light. We cannot recognize them. We cannot see the sun, but we don't realize what really is the effect of the sun on our life. How much we're enjoying from the sun, and how many things the sun is affecting on. How many things are moving and changing and enjoying from the amazing power of the sun. And if you're going to look at the sun, you're going to understand that the sun is one of those things that are blocking the light of the Creator. Because today, when you need light, you're going to open the window. You're going to try to find the light. You're going to turn on the light. You're going to do something that's going to bring the sun, the electricity, to shine, to illuminate your life. So then, by the sun, you're going to forget that Hashem, that the Creator, He's the one that is illuminating your life. He's the one that created the sun. You're going to hang your hopes on the sun, on the bulb light. Light bulb. Yeah, I'm going to learn it. You're going to learn. I'm going to learn. Forget about it. So actually that light of the sun going to be the one thing that's going to block our eyes and our mind from understanding that it's the Creator that is sending His light through the sun to illuminate our life. So God makes something so spiritual and so fantastic that He sent His love, His kindness, all of the bounty that God can give, but He covered it with the world. The meaning of the word world in Hebrew, olam, means to hide, leha'alim, to block our eyes from seeing the light of the Creator. Before the creation, we were all spiritual souls. We were swimming in the sea of souls. It was infinity, it was an endless sea, it was the sea of wisdom. We were all over them, enjoyed spirituality, and we were just with Hashem Yitbarach as one unit. It calls endless, Ein Sof Baruch Hu. That's the first name that we heard about Hashem Yitbarach. It's Ein Sof Baruch Hu. He is the endless. There we were. And then God decided that He wants to reveal His kindness on us. He wanted to give us something special, that we're going to become worthy to enjoy from all of the blessings that He holds, that He's got. So He divided a certain amount of souls and sent them to a mission behind the curtain, behind the world. And He created the world to block the light of His being, of His existence. And we are now trapped in that world. And the mission here in this world is to remove the curtain, is to believe in Him inside the darkness of our exile, of our physical body. The way to connect ourselves to the root of our soul, the spirituality, God, the source of life, is only in it. It will never gonna come through anything external that is coming from outside. Even if now you came to an amazing class and you're gonna be so inspired and so happy, and those words gonna come and penetrate into your heart and gonna change your life forever, that's not spirituality. The conclusions that you're going to come up with, the thoughts that you're going to have inside, the decisions that you're going to take inside, the feelings, the emotions that you're going to have inside of your body as a result of what that you heard, or what that you see, that's spirituality. The connection to God is a divine connection. If you learn a lot during the day, it doesn't make you closer to God. If you put your tefillin, it doesn't make you closer to God. It depends in your intentions. It depends in your thoughts. You can put a pair of tefillin on the head of a donkey. And that donkey, for him, it won't count as a mitzvah for him. He's not obligated to put the tefillin. For him, the tefillin is just something weird that someone put on his mind. He's not thinking it. He doesn't have no intention with it. So the tefillin will not going to purify him while he's wearing the same pair of tefillin that a genius, that a huge righteous man can put. It's not the tefillin that's going to purify you. It's the purity of your heart. It's your intention. How you take those tefillin. What you think about those tefillin. How you live your life. God is testing each and every one of us in every moment of our life. Sometimes you keep in Torah mitzvot, you're in shul, you pray, you learn Torah, you do amazing things. Sometimes you're very far from that, but still God is always with you. And He's checking, where are you holding? What is your will? God can give you money, can take your money. Can give you life, can take the life. Can get you stronger, can make you weak. Can help you to succeed, can hold you back. He's able to do all of those things. But what is the purpose? If you're going to have all of the money in the world, you're going to have all of the wisdom in the world, it's not going to make you a human being. It's not going to make you a holy person, a person with faith, a person that is close to God. The only real connection that we can work on, that we should work on, is the inner connection. It's our inner thoughts. When you receive that money, which thoughts you had? Who were you when you received that money? When Hashem took your money, in that moment, who was that person? How were you dealing with those emotions, with those fears, with that stress? This is a test that we're going through 24 hours a day. Every moment of our life, we need to check ourselves. Where am I holding? Who am I now? If I'm married, if I'm not married. If I have a house, if I don't have a house. If I'm driving, if I'm walking, if I'm late, or if I make it before time. If I'm succeeding or if I'm failing. I need to check, who am I? That is the test of our life. Even if a person is doing less in purity, the main thing in Kedusha, in mitzvot, the main thing that he should work on is his intention. It's better for a person to do less and to give his heart into those things that he's doing than to do a lot without an intention. If you're able to learn 10 pages a day without thinking about what that you're learning, but you have the ability to sit for the same time and to focus on one page, maybe even one line, and really to put your heart into that learning. And to try to see how that learning is going to affect your life. What's going to happen to me because of that learning? What is the message because of that learning?
What God wants from me after I read that line? Where am I running to? Am I in a rush? What should I do with that verse that I just read? What God is trying to tell me in that verse? If you're going to think like that, you're going to grow and going to succeed so many times more than if you're going to flip pages and finish books on books on books on books. You can see doctors and lawyers and professors and geniuses that don't have the basic manners. So what all of those titles and degrees matter if they don't know how to behave, if they're not polite, if they don't respect you, if they're not able to honor you, to answer with honor, to be polite, just to be nice people. What's all of those tags and titles means? If a person got a good name, it means that people loves him. It's so much more important than if he's got all of the money in the world, if he's got all of the titles, all of the success and glory. The real glory that a person can find in life is that when he feels that he's doing the right thing, that he feels that he is not betraying himself, that he is a truthful person, that he is a righteous man. When you feel good with yourself, that you're doing the right thing, then you can make another step in life. There was a huge righteous man. His name was Nachshon, the son of Aminadab. Nachshon, he was the prince, the seed of the tribe of Yehudah, when Am Yisrael were about to cross the Red Sea. And he was the one that decided to jump into the Red Sea without telling no one that that's his plan. And he just started walking into the Red Sea when the water was still flat. Before the Red Sea been opened, and there was a dry land in the middle that all of Am Yisrael could walk inside and not to get wet and washed by the water and the waves, Nachshon ben Aminadab jumped into the water. Only when the water covered almost all of his body and he started coughing and choking because of the water, only in that moment God opened the sea by his marriage, by the marriage of Nachshon, the son of Aminadab. Only in that moment that he was about to die. Think about all of the time that huge person decided, I'm going to make a change in the world. I'm going to enter into the water now. Once I was driving in Eilat, the city in Israel, that you can see the Red Sea from it. And I was driving and I saw a person hitchhiking. I stopped my car and I let him in. He was a secular person. I was very happy to have someone with me for the ride. And we drove to the center of the city. While we're driving, I asked him, do you really believe that God opened the Red Sea? And he's looking at me. I look religious to him a little bit, you know. And he's without a kippah, doesn't cover his head, doesn't keep Shabbat, doesn't keep kosher, nothing. Far, completely far, and happy. And he's looking at me and he's telling me, you're asking me? If I believe in that, you don't need to believe in that. I told him, look, I don't know what to say. The sea looks very heavy to me. I don't know. I should believe, yes, but if to tell you that I do believe that it really happened, I'm struggling with it right now while we're driving. That's exactly my question. Do you really believe that it happened? He says, really, you know, I don't know. And it was the best answer. We were able to think together. Because to believe in that amazing story, okay, it happened, didn't happen, you know what the test is? Not if you're going to answer, yes, I do believe in that. Yeah, okay. The test is, if now you're going to stand in front of the ocean and you're going to believe, like Nachshon, the son of Aminadab, that God can open the sea for you. And not only that He can, that also He will when you need Him to. That is the question. Not if you believe in the Bible. It's very easy to believe in the Bible because you can put it in your bookcase and forget about it. Yeah, I believe 2,000, 3,000 years ago. It's very easy to, yeah, for sure it happened. No problem to say yes. No problem. Millions of people are saying yes. But I want to see that one that is able to stand in front of the Red Sea and to say, all right, I'm making my first step. And this is my question to you. You made the first step. Nachshon ben Aminadab made the first step. And then he made the second step. Third step. From my point of view, every step that he is making into the Red Sea, into the water, and the water are getting deeper and deeper, rising higher and higher, and he is going lower and lower. Every step for him, I think, is more of an evidence of his failure. Okay? Is it going to happen now? Or maybe it's going to happen now and it didn't happen yet. Okay, and now will it happen? Or maybe it won't. And the water is still here. And just keep on walking and walking, another step and another step and another step. And every step is an evidence for him that he's not going to make it, that he's about to drown, or at least to be very humiliated and soaked when he's going to come back to his tribe to see what to do with that imaginary salvation. There was no prophecy that it's going to happen. No one knew. Moshe Rabbeinu, our rabbi, he was standing on the peak of the mountain and he's praying for salvation. And there was no salvation. And he's deciding to make another step and another step. If we're looking at the history, so every step brought him closer and closer to his salvation. Finally, in the end, yes, the sea been opened, but he's married, and all of Am Yisrael been saved because of him. Thank God, he is a righteous man. Thank God, he's got an amazing place in heaven. Everything. After the fact, it was amazing. But when you're finding yourself in life, that you're struggling, and you're trying to succeed, and to do good, and every time that you make another step toward your goal, you see that it's getting worse and worse. That the water are getting deeper, that the waves are getting stronger, you're getting wetter. And what are you going to do with your life? That is the time to check what is the level of your faith, of your confidence in God. The only evidence that's going to show that you're a real believer is if you're going to make another step. One step. You don't need to jump into the water. You just need to make another step. This is the evidence that you know that God is with you. That you're never going to back off no matter what's going to happen to you in your life. You're going to stay who that you are. You're going to be loyal to yourself, to your beliefs, to your understandings of how God is creating the world and leading the world and supervising on the world. And you're going to work on your connection to Him with all of your lackings and with all of your weaknesses and failures. And you're going to remind yourself, my Father in heaven, He loves me. And He gives me life. And even though that I see that things are getting harder and harder, I cannot ignore the amazing things that I do see in life. I cannot ignore the loving kindness of the Creator. That today I ate an apple, and it was very good for me. I was very happy to see the sunset and sunrise. And today I could pray, and I met my best friend today. And thank God I have my car and I can drive. And I have enough money to buy for myself something to drink. And I'm happy with that. It makes me happy. I can drink my coffee in the morning. I'm able to see with my eyes. If you remember that all of those things are not natural things that are happening to you, just that it's all that personal supervision of the Creator on you in your life. That God gives you life. That God gives you faith, gives you strength, gives you power, gives you hope, gives you wisdom, gives you memory, gives you a heart to feel. Senses, thoughts. dreams, hopes, goals, meaningful life. All of those things are coming from somewhere, from a higher source. When you're connecting yourself to that, you're able to pull down to this world huge amounts of empathy, huge amounts of kindness, of beauty, and to share it with other people. That they're going to find those good points inside of themselves also, with no connection to who they are and what is their spiritual level. If you can pat your animal and reveal your kindness and your love and your compassion on it, you bring it into a higher level. If you're able to recognize the good and not to throw your garbage, your trash in the street, and you're just going to put it in the garbage can, you're doing your job. You're achieving your destiny. You're cooperating with the Creator. And your life is going to get better and better. It all depends in the intention of your heart. God is not demanding of none of us to know something that we don't know. If you don't know the Bible, if you don't know the Torah, if you don't know the wisdom of the Creator still, if you haven't learned, it means that God doesn't want you to know it yet. If you have that will to learn, and you're depressing it, now you're making a mistake. But if you haven't thought about it yet, or you really weren't able to, you were too busy, your mind was occupied, so you should know that this is part of God's plan for you. And you have a mission. Me as a rabbi, that looks like a rabbi, able to meet only a certain amount of people and to affect their lives. There are people that when they're going to see my face, they're going to sue me. They won't be able to receive from me. When they're going to see my face, for them, it's going to be someone that they rather stay away from. Because of all opinions, things that they heard about religious people, Jewish nation, people in the world, they're going to see me. They're going to rather to stay away from me. But from you, they don't have no problem with you. So you're able to affect their life more than I. And I maybe learn much more than you, and maybe I'm praying much more than you, and you can imagine to yourself that I'm holier than you, and that my faith is stronger than yours. But I'm not able to help those people. I'm not able to save their lives, and you can. You know why? Because you were drinking beer with them in college. That's the reason. Only reason. That's the only reason why you can save their lives, and I'm not able to. They're not going to trust you. They're going to trust you because you were drinking liters of beer together. This is the only reason why they're trusting you. It's crazy to build trust based on liters of beers. For sure. But that's why they're counting on you. Because if that night you were driving together and you were both drunk and you were laughing and it was hilarious and they're going to remember you forever. So you bought their trust. And now you're the messenger of the Creator to save their life in a place that I cannot reach. No matter how holy I'm going to be and how strong I'm going to pray, they're never going to listen to me. They cannot count on me only because of my Israeli accent. Only because of my wonderful clothes. They're not able to listen. That's it. No. Something is fishy. I'm sorry. No. It's too frum for me. I'm sorry. Okay, I understand that. I'm coming from the same background. If you would talk to me 20 years ago about being religious, I would laugh. It would be the best joke ever. Best joke ever. It's hilarious. God got an amazing sense of humor. There's no doubt. To make me religious, it's the biggest joke of them all. The biggest joke of them all. It's really funny. I didn't have no connection to that at all. I was eating in Yom Kippur. I was eating everything that was written treif on it. Everything. Just that was my life. rarely remembered and knew about the holidays, something from the secular school that they were talking about. Hanukkah, miracle. Never learned Torah until I was something about 20 years old. In the army, God suddenly came into my life and then started waking up my heart from that huge dream that I was inside, that bubble that was blocking my mind from seeing His presence. But most of the people in the world today, they don't understand that God is walking with them. They never thought about it seriously enough. Who are you? I'm a student. Who are you? I'm a lawyer. I'm a doctor. No, you're not. You're a Jew. No, your name is Shlomo. No, your name is Valda. Your name is Rivka. No, you're not a lawyer. You work in the lawyer's office. Great. You go every morning to work. Great. Maybe you're also taking your work home. Great. You're not the lawyer. You're Chana Bat Rivka. That's who you are. Nothing going to change it. You have a spiritual soul. You're stuck with your Judaism. You can fight with it. You have a spiritual soul inside of you. And even people that are not from Jewish nation, they have that soul inside of them. Their spiritual connection to the Creator, that the game that they are playing in their life is not who that they really are. First of all, the first mission that every person needs to achieve is to explode that bubble, to come out from that imagination that you need to pretend that you're someone else and not who that you are. Everyone tries to be so beautiful. Why? Be who that you are. No, I cannot stand myself. That's your problem. You cannot stand your nose, cannot stand your eyes, cannot stand your hair, cannot stand your height, cannot stand your weight, cannot stand your hands, cannot stand your fingernails, cannot stand your heels. You're fighting with yourself. You should be, first of all, your best friend. First of all, be your best friend and then make another step. Who are you? First of all, that you will be able to know who you are. To say your name, to say, that's me. That's me. With all of my lackings and my weaknesses, and yes, I'm not so tall, and yes, I'm fat, and yes, I have pimples, and yes, I'm losing. You know what happened to me when I started to lose my hair? Oh, you won't believe it. I had spikes, you don't know. I had the best hair in the world. And I lost it when I was so young. Maybe this is the reason why I done Shabbat. To hide my head. The biggest kippah. Can I buy the biggest kippah glass? First of all, you need to feel comfortable with who that you are. Why you don't feel comfortable with who that you are? Because you don't know who you are. Not because that you sin, because you messed up, because you're wrong, because because you're not aware to your beauty. You don't know who you are. All day long, your eyes are open to the external world, to the outside, and you learn, and you see, and you investigate, and you think, how I'm going to make money like that he did? How I'm going to be beautiful like that she is? How I'm going to be funny like that they are? How I'm going to succeed like that? So you can never find yourself, because you're always outside. You're part of that curtain that is blocking the light of the Creator. Because you're outside. Because your eyes and your heart is external. It's still outside. So this is why you're not connected to your spiritual being. That it's who that you really are inside. Who am I? When you open your eyes, you see people. You see chairs. You see walls. You can see amazing things. You can see the view. You can see sunsets and sunrise. When you close your eyes, there's nothing there. Only you. Only who that you are inside. That's the mission. The mission is to be able to close your eyes and to feel good with who that you are. And if you feel bad with who that you are, it's time to work on yourself. Until you will feel good with yourself. And I'm saying to you that the reason that you feel bad with yourself is only because you're not aware to who that you are. It cannot be that a cow is supposed to feel bad with the fact that she's not a tiger. It cannot be. God made her to be a cow. And she's supposed to be a cow. She's got a mission as a cow in the world of the Creator. And no matter how much she's going to work hard to become to be a zebra, to be a giraffe, she won't going to make it. It's not her destiny. It's not her future. It's not supposed to be her goal. No, I need to be taller. It's not going to happen. You're not supposed to. No, you're not supposed to. You need to find yourself. If you don't understand that you have a mission, as who that the Creator made you to be, you're going to be so happy. You're going to feel comfortable with yourself. You're going to be able to eat and to laugh. People not able to laugh. People cannot sneeze. People cannot blow their nose. They're not able. They cannot drink in front of people. Cannot eat in front of people. Not able to laugh in front of people. People feel so bad with themselves. They're hiding themselves and covering themselves. And blocking the light of their real being, of who that you are, who that God made you to be. That's you. Stop fighting with that. That was the thing that I, thank God, woke up to feel it from my inside. Every day I was shaving my beard. Every day I was struggling with the fact that hair grows out from my face. I couldn't stand it. I hated it. Every day I was waking up and I would look for like a monkey. I couldn't understand what's going on with you. Every day I would take the razor and cut myself and fighting every day. From the age of 16, 17, oh wow, what's going on here? No. Relax. You're a man. There's nothing that can stop your ribs from growing. Relax. It's you. Let it be. Now we're going to sing together. Let it be. What? You don't know that song? It looks wrong for you. Let it be. Be who that you are. Stop fighting with yourself. You like chocolate. God knows it. There is a reason for that. You don't know. You don't know why God puts certain spiritual sparks inside of chocolate bars that are meant for you. That you're going to uplift them. That you're going to bring them back to heaven. Yes, it's your job. This is why you have that crazy desire for candies. You don't know that. That's part of your mission. That's part of your diet. God knows why. You don't know. You cannot see. It's written on Shmuel Hanavi. Shmuel, he was the prophet that was crowning finally David HaMelech. He was the one that crowned King David and crowned him to be the eternal king of all of Am Yisrael. When Shmuel Hanavi went to look for that king, that he saw in the prophecy that they're going to be a king, that king going to come from the tribe of Judah, that king going to be from the family of Ishai, one of the children of Ishai. So Shmuel Hanavi, Shmuel the prophet, he went to find that king. And Ishai, the father of David, he had, I think, I don't know, actually I don't remember, something like 12 children. 12, 7. The Talmidei Chachamim in the back are saying 7. 7 children. And when Shmuel Hanavi, Shmuel that he was a prophet, he came and he saw the eldest son, the Bechor of Ishai, he was sure that that is the, he knew for sure that that is the king of Israel. Because he was so tall and he was so handsome. And when he was asking him questions, he knew all of the answers. He was a genius. But it was not that big. And then, when he tried to crown him, he had a bowl with oil that called Shemen HaMishcha that he was supposed to put. It was a shofar that was full with oil. When he tried to pour that oil on the head of that son, the oil was running back, was going back. The oil was refusing to go to be poured on the head of that kid of Ishai. Then he tried to pour the oil on the head of the second child, and he chose 6 times in a mistake. 6 children that he chose were the wrong ones. On that, the verse is saying what it's written here. People, they see the eyes. But God, He sees the heart. Even Shmuel, the prophet, that he was in a huge level, that the Torah is comparing him to Moshe and Aaron, both of them together. And he was a huge prophet with huge merits and huge prophecies. And he couldn't recognize the king of Israel because he was looking with his eyes. And he saw the body, the external, the outside of the people, their body, their shape, their look. He listened to their words. He couldn't see it in view the inside of the souls of the children of Israel. And then in the end, the last one, it was David, the king of Israel. You don't know who you are. You can feel so horrible about yourself. But you might be like King David. We don't know how Sarah, Emunah, the wife of Abraham Avinu, how she would look like. You don't know if she was tall, if she was blonde or brunette, if she was thin or she was fat. We don't know. Actually, we don't care. Because we're not following her body. We're following her wisdom. We don't know how Rivka, how Rachel, Emunah looked and Leah. We don't know. And we don't care because it's not important. So why it's so important for us? Because we're afraid to drop all of our imaginations. All of the things that we're holding our hopes on those things. But those things are not eternal things. Those things are temporary. Those things one day gonna die, gonna disappear, gonna fall, gonna fade. Because they're coming from the physical world. Only your inside, only your soul is divine and endless and well connected to the roots, to the source, to the Creator from inside. Even if you've been in the most inspiring lecture you ever been into in your life, you need to check what those words means for you. What is it waking up inside of you? What are your feelings? Where is it taking me as a person? What is it doing to me? Not what they're saying that I should do. What I feel from inside that I should do. If you're going to follow the advice of people, no matter who they're going to be, and how other people are going to title them, and going to call them, and going to honor them, and even worship them, you're going to fail. Because you're not able to be like them. You're not able, you will never gonna be able to imitate other people, to be like other people. You have your individuality. You have your spirituality. You have your soul. And no one else got your soul. Like that the faces are different, the wisdoms from inside are different. Like that you will never gonna really be able to look like someone else exactly like him. No way. This is exactly how spiritually you're going to find your real being, your connection to your soul. And when you're going to find your soul, you're going to find that beam of light that is shining from inside. And you're going to go deeper and deeper, up the root, to find the source of your being, your destiny. What is my mission? Who am I? What am I supposed to do in this world? In the end, you're going to reach the sun. You're going to find God Himself. You're going to find the source of light that sends you to that mission. To know who you are, it's not hard. Everyone can find out who he is. You know that you like chocolate bars? That's who you are. You know that you like to play basketball? That's who you are. You know that you like to watch Friends? That's who you are. That's who you are. That's who you are. To understand that it's important, that's the test. To find out who I am, that's not hard. I like to drink beer, I like to eat meat, I like to hear loud music, I like to dance, I like to drive fast. That's me, great. Now to understand that it's part of my mission, that there is a purpose in that God woke up that desire inside me to do those things, on that, there is a big difficulty. A big yetzirah on that. A lot of forces that are coming from the dark side, that side that is blocking the light of Hashem, going to try to prevent you, to hold you back from believing in yourself, finding your own essence, understanding who you are. Like I said before, if you like to play basketball, there's a purpose for that. But I'm not learning Torah, but I'm not davening, I'm not praying, I'm not giving mitzvot, I'm not giving charity. Yes, but one night you're going to be sad and depressed and you won't have anything to do and no one to talk to, and you're going to grab your ball and you're going to go to play with yourself alone. And you're going to find someone that's going to be a little bit more sad than you. But he's going alone at night and he doesn't have no one to talk to and he's very sad. Maybe he's about to jump off the bridge. You're going to smile to him. You're going to play with him for 20 minutes. And in the end, you're going to give him your phone. He's going to give you his phone. You're going to be in touch. And you're going to say a few words that can save his life. Like we said before, I'm never going to be able to reach out to that person. But you, because of your craziness for basketball, you're going to be the only one that's going to save his life. I know of a person that for years he was learning in the yeshiva. And after a few years over there, it was too much for him. And he decided to quit. And he moved to Tel Aviv. And he went to work as a bartender in a pub. And he stopped keeping Shabbat. And he stopped eating kosher. And he was violating all Torah mitzvot. And now one night, he was looking at a girl in the pub, like that man looking at girls in the pub. And they went together, right? New couples are going together to his apartment in Tel Aviv. And they sat on the bed, like young couples are sitting on their bed together. And suddenly she started to cry. And she was crying and crying and crying and crying. Yes, there is something that I done. Like that man, I'm usually asking girls whether they think this is something that I done. And she said no. And she was crying and crying and crying. And she started to open up and to tell him that she had a horrible childhood. And she had abusive parents. And that's it. And she doesn't see no hope in her life. And she thinks about killing herself. And she's got horrible thoughts. And that's it. And he said, only in that day, I realized why I was spending so many years in the yeshiva. Because then in that night, I was repeating, I was memorizing and telling her by heart all of those lectures, all of those words of wisdom that I learned in the yeshiva when I was learning 5-6 years ago. And I saved her life. Like that man usually saved the life. And he saved her life. And he didn't start keeping Shabbat again. And he went back to eat kosher. Nothing. It didn't change his life. Just he saw what was the purpose of him learning Torah in that day. Because really, if he would stay in the yeshiva, so in that night, he wouldn't save her life. He would probably go to sleep early, and he would go and pray Ma'ariv or something like that. Live his life. He wouldn't save that woman. But his destiny was to save that girl. And we need to believe that the Creator is with us, even if we're not with Him. Even if you feel that you're separated from Him. Even if you feel that you have questions, that you have doubts, that your faith is not so solid. You should know, if you're alive, someone is reviving you. Someone gives you life. Life is not coming from the physical world. You're not a physical creation. You have a physical body. That's your vehicle. But you're a spiritual soul. If that soul is still alive inside of you, and you have emotions, and you can think, and you can move, and that person, he's falling on his face in a minute. And he's so heavy you cannot lift him. He's dead. When the moment that the soul just went back to heaven, there's no life in that person. If you're alive, it means that God is with you. And when a person finds his way back to heaven after 120 years, God is with the soul. And the Chevra Kadisha is taking care of the body. The family is going to take the body to the place that it's going to rest and going to be buried. But the soul already went back to heaven, to the root, to the source, to the sea of soul, of all souls, the sea of wisdom, to infinity, to the Ein Sof Ba'Olam, back to heaven, back to God. That's who you are. You're part of heaven. Chelek Eloka Mimad. That's who you are. That's who we are. And we just need to find out what it means that I have a soul. You're not going to find the answers in the books. And you're not going to find those answers in lectures. And even from the most inspiring people that you're going to hear. Still, you need to have your own searching inside. You need to have your own search. You need to have your own mission to find out who you are. You can be inspired. You can take something from him, some advice. And you need to go and practice. You need to go and talk to yourself. You need to go and find out who you are. You need to observe. You need to confront your fears. You need to start believing yourself. You have to start express yourself and start talking about who that you are. And to dare to open your mouth and to say your opinion. And not to be afraid to be who that you are. Because when you're doing that, you're betraying the world. You're betraying the ones that count on you that you're going to back them up. You're not saving the weak ones that need your help. You're not providing to the ones that's supposed to receive from you. You don't need to be a rabbi. I'm not a rabbi. I never went through that process that calls smicha, that person is titled as a rabbi. I'm just a simple Jew that is searching for the truth. And I'm going through my tshuva process to come back to who that I am. When I started my process, I was not looking for Judaism at all, like I told you. I had a Jeep, I had a bike, I was doing drugs, I was drinking alcohol, I was clubbing, I was working in a club. I was not keeping Shabbat, I was not eating kosher. I spent 19 days of my life in Amsterdam. Can you imagine how I destroyed my liver in those 19 days? How many pounds I lost in those 19 days? I came back skinny. My friends couldn't recognize me. What happened? 19 days, not 90, 19. I was only 17. I didn't know. But when I started feeling bad with myself, I felt not complete with myself, I decided to investigate, to find why am I feeling bad all of the time. Why when my friends are telling me, hey, do you want to come hang out? I would say yes, and I really don't want to do that. And I'm wearing clothes that I don't really feel comfortable with. And I'm thinking all the time what people are going to think about me and what people are not going to think and what I'm going to say and if I'm allowed to say that. And I wasn't myself. And I felt that I'm struggling. I felt that I'm lying. I felt that I'm cheating myself, that I'm not honest, that I'm not myself, and I hated myself for that. And then I decided to change, to dare, to stand up against my best friends. That were not my best friends actually when I really checked this. Nothing was the best over there. Just it looked like the right thing to do. But without deep thinkings about those things that we were doing. We're just doing. Without thinking. Like animals. Doing without thinking. Without a soul, without a purpose, without a meaning. And then, when I was looking inside, in the end, I found out that I'm a Jew. Suddenly I wasn't a soldier, and I wasn't a student, and I wasn't 18, and I wasn't 19, and I wasn't driving my house. Dror Moshe Cassouto, that's it. Now deal with that. That's what I have to say. That's who I am. investigation brought me to find out that I'm a Jew. And when I tried to learn a little bit of Torah, I felt like it was awesome. It was very nice. I felt good with it. And after a few months of trying to learn more and more Torah, I wanted to try to keep Shabbat, to feel the taste, what it means Shabbat. You know, it's a big thing in Judaism. I went to my father, I told him, hey father, you know, I'm thinking about keeping Shabbat. He told me, don't make a fool out of yourself, and turned his back to me. When I said to my mother that I'm about to be religious, he told me, I'd rather you're going to be gay and not be religious. It's okay. This is the house that I grew up in. No connection to Judaism. No understanding about the roots of our souls. Why she was going through those thoughts at all? Why he was going through those thoughts? Why not to let the person be who that he is? If you are who that you are, and those are your thoughts, and those are your feelings, and that is your will, so why the world is depressing you, and fighting, and rebuking you, and breaking your spirit all of your time? I have friends that they are gays. I know those people. Those people are more straight than me. They're honest people, they're strong, they're wise. They're people of truth. And they don't have no physical attraction or an emotional attraction to the other sex. And this is what they're finding when they're looking inside. And still the Torah is standing and saying, no, you're not allowed to be gay. Yes, the Torah is saying, you're not allowed to be gay. Yes. But what going to do a person that now, when he's checking himself, he's finding himself gay? What can he do? So now he's not allowed to be a Jew anymore? If that's who you are, what can you do with that? This is who that you are. If you like to run, if you like to jog, if you're not able to wake up in the morning, if you like dancing, if you want to learn how to be a doctor, how to be a pilot, so now you cannot be a Jew? If you don't understand what Shabbat means at all, so it means that you're not a Jew, it means that you don't have a soul. If you're going to investigate and you're going to find the roots of your soul, you're going to understand exactly who you are and what's the purpose of your being on earth and why God sent you with that body to the world, with that kind of hair to the world, with those eyes to the world, with that memory to the world, with those kind of thoughts to the world, with those fears and anxieties and depression and stress from every foreign person that is coming into the room. You don't know what's your mission. And I'm telling each and every one of you, when you're going to investigate and you're going to find out who you are, you're going to be completely happy. You're going to come back to your treasures. You're going to feel complete with yourself. You're going to feel honest. You're going to feel that you're not betraying yourselves anymore. That you're not doing things that are going against your conscience and your will. And you're not going to hurt your own self anymore. You're not going to do things for money. You're not going to do things for honor. You're not going to do things because you're afraid to be insulted, to be left alone, to be hurt. You're going to be able to say, yes, I'm ready to sacrifice. I'm ready to suffer. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid even to die because I have a mission. I have a purpose. I have a goal in life. I'm a soldier. I'm a warrior. I'm ready to sacrifice myself for the truth. You won't be scared to die. People are afraid that I won't be sick. That nothing's going to happen to me or to my children. It's a joke. You cannot protect no one. Once I was praying on my rabbi that he was very sick, and I said, please God, by the merit of the righteous Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, he started to cry. Because I realized I'm praying that he's going to be saved by the merit of righteous people that passed away hundreds of years ago. They couldn't save themselves from death. How are they going to save him now? When God is calling you, you're already dead. Only God can change things in the world. He's the creator. He's creating the world. He's the one that gives you life. He's the one that takes the life. You want some salvation? Connect yourself to Him. Only to Him. You want to be inspired? You want to learn from the righteous? Great, do that. Be inspired. Connect yourself to Him. Don't imitate no one. You will never going to be able to be like Him. It's not your destiny. God made you different. Be who that you are. Find yourself, first of all. Find who you are. If those things makes you happy, find out why. Am I happy to laugh on those things? Maybe I'm laughing for the wrong reasons. Maybe I don't want to laugh on those things. Work on yourself until you can feel complete and happy with who that you are. And then make one more step toward your destiny. To help another person, to do another mitzvah.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your patience. I need to talk. Thank you for listening. Everyone has to talk. We appreciate Dikla and all of the people that as part of my destiny, I opened a center in Jerusalem that called the Emunah Center. And we have a website that calls the Emunah Channel.com website. That website for uploading my videos and more inspirational videos and stuff, articles and other stuff, music and art that can open the hearts of people. We have more than 25,000 people visiting our website through all of social media every month. Thank God that we reach out to people that really only you guys can reach out to. And thank God people are converting and people are coming closer to Judaism, finding themselves. And women found the courage to divorce their abusive husbands. And abusive husbands found the courage to deal with themselves and to do tshuva. And a lot of amazing things are happening around the world. And we would really appreciate if you have the ability to help us. You are more than welcome to visit the website. We have business cards, and CDs, and booklets, and second to go before this sushi. And you can all watch the videos and enjoy the wisdom that God gave us all to enjoy from. It will help us a lot if you will be able to donate and to help us. If it's one-time donation, if it's even small monthly donation, it can save us. We're in Jerusalem and I'm touring around the world flying. You know that it's not easy and not simple. But we have a lot of brothers and sisters to save and to help. I was now 3 weeks in Los Angeles giving classes over there. One day in Texas, in Houston. In Houston, I was talking in a place that most of the public over there were Christians that came to listen to the lecture. It was amazing. It was amazing to see how people, they don't care about no kind of religion, they just want to hear the truth. Just desiring the truth. They just want to hear what's really going on in the world. More than 70 people were there. Most of them were Christians. It was amazing, inspiring experience for me and for them. Thank God. So that's it. Thank you very much. If someone wants to ask some questions, I will be more than happy to answer privately or now. Just feel comfortable being there. No questions.